Hey, good morning, guys. MarkAngelo here. New day, new morning. Work today, but I don't go in till 1:30. The new schedule change, I think, won't take effect for another 3 weeks. They're trying to hire new people, bring new people in. But, I'm patiently waiting and um, hope that comes around soon enough. Um, I wanted to talk about new focus, on the channel. You know, I know that it's been a lot of negativity and there's been a lot of problems, and I want to put all that behind me, and I want to end up using my gosh, my years of experience as a transgender guy to help other guys. You know, I want to be a beacon of light for the trans community as much as I can. And I know that there's been a lot of controversy and a lot of negativity, but I want to put that all behind me. I think that there is room to talk about many things without upsetting people and having a discussion, a discussion that would benefit all, because I think it's important to talk about matters that are usually either swept under a rug or ignored. I'm having my pre-workout drink. It tastes like Kool-Aid, and I remember as a kid, that was a drink that my grandmother would would give me, which obviously it's not healthy for you. There's a lot of stuff that they gave us as kids. And remember Ovaltine, that chocolate stuff, and all this sugar-filled drinks that made us bounce off the wall, and then they wonder why we couldn't behave. But I digress anyway. Um, for instance, this morning while I was going to the bathroom, and I was looking at my news feed in YouTube, I came across Aiden. I forgot his last name, but he was the guy who was in the front of the magazine, fitness magazine or something like that, trying like some sort of competition. He was talking about pain with orgasms. Well, I remember when I was taking all sorts of ergonomics to try to build a better body before I even transitioned, which was androgenic in nature. I would start getting a lot of pains when I orgasm, and I didn't understand why that was. And turns out, I think that when I had my hysterectomy, and one of the reasons I had my hysterectomy was because I had so much pain while I was orgasming. Turns out that I had a lot of fibroids. So I don't know if the androgen, that I was taking created that. I think I figured out, my mind always races, what was wrong with my microphone and buzzing noise. When I would go directly online without scheduling it, the mic default would be the computer mic instead of my Samsung mic. So I think, and I hope that, everything sounds good right now. I mean, I'm looking at the delay thing here and I'm getting a good reception, but it's early, so I got really good bandwidth at this moment. So yeah, when they removed all my female parts, they found a lot of fibroids, and that was one of the reasons I was getting a lot of pain. So maybe testosterone or androgen in a female body creates that. I mean, these are things that we need to talk about in the trans community. And I noticed Buck Angel started the conversation. Buck Angel had to have emergency hysterectomy because things were atrophying down there and things were changing. We don't like to think about these things, but as trans guys, we put ourselves in a lot of dangers by putting in androgen and testosterone and things of that nature in our body. I know it's what we want. We want to see this take place, but we have to be mindful and we have to know that, hey, there are certain precautions that we must take in order for us to be careful. Like I remember watching a movie called Southern Comfort, and it really sad that this fully looking man, was not given good reception in the medical community. He was trying to get his ovaries removed. And I know that sounds funny, his ovaries removed, but it is what it is. And no doctor would want to do it. In the long run, he ended up getting ovarian cancer and dying. So these are things that trans guys have to really, really look at. And I want to talk about all these different things. I want to direct my channel to parents with trans kids, and the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how they can take precautions, and what they should do. I mean, and again, all my opinion. I'm not telling anybody what to do, okay? I think that with the years that I have in this, I mean, I transitioned back in 2003. I've seen a lot of things in the community. I've lost a lot of friends. You know, I will never again tell someone not to transition. I will never again tell another parent not to transition their kids. I will just, heed a word of warning. I would give advice, but that is just my opinion, my advice. People could take it or leave it. I, I want to focus on more of health issues, how we could better our health and decrease the probability of getting cancer, getting a heart attack because we are on testosterone. What can we do to make our lives better? I notice that a lot of trans guys are very unhealthy. They gain a lot of weight. Well, people need to know that testosterone aromatizes to estrogen. And estrogen, too much estrogen in your bloodstream is not good. I just recently had blood work, and I'll find out what's going on Monday because I want to know. It's when you get on these things, you want to not blindly lead your life to it. You want to know what's going on. So if I do have a spike in estrogen, which is not good for anybody, then I want to be able to take measures. And there's a lot of anti-estrogens out there. There's prescription anti-estrogens, and there are also a lot of the over-the-counter, supplementations that you can take, which I will be looking into because I want to keep my hormonal balance healthy. That's one of the things that I'm very, very, what's the word, proactive about my health. I try things. If I don't see they work right, if I don't feel right, like right now I'm out having animal protein, but I might stop that altogether, or might just keep the eggs, depending on how my body feels. If I feel sluggish, if I don't feel in my optimal best, then I change things around. That's the way I've always led my life. Not always, because I was very destructive as a teenager and very destructive as a young adult. But that self-destruction starts when we feel, less than, when we feel shame, and that all goes to the way we were treated as children, the self-perception that we have of self by what others put in there. And these are all things that I want to talk about. And I want you guys to send me questions, you can send me questions and topic that you want me to cover on transitionradioshow@gmail.com. I don't know if I'm going to have a show per se, but I do want to create segments on MarkAngelo's Corner that are going to touch a lot of the topics that are important to us today. And, matters of the heart, all sorts of things. I want to make this channel interesting, drama-free, and I apologize to everyone for what has been happening in the past, 6 weeks. I leave all that behind me. This is a new beginning, a new world, a new life, and I'm excited. I'm excited of things to come. I want to share things with you. Like yesterday, I went on this little, it was like an hour lecture on some individual who I think studied at the Obama or some sort of Buddhist place, and very knowledgeable. There's so many people in this small town that are very spiritual, and they have this place called the Lotus Center, and they have amazing, amazing things there. A lot of it is just through donations. And I feel privileged to be able to have a place like that for me to go to. I've already attended like 3 or 4 different events, and I'm really looking forward to my schedule change so that I could attend these events more often, because they have so many different things. And whatever it is that I learn, I want to be able to share with you. I do hope you guys could put things behind you and look at my heart and look deep within and see the kind of person that I really am. I'm not perfect. God, I'm far from perfect. I've made lots of mistakes in this world, but I learn from my mistakes. And that's one of the things And if you guys watch my series, I think I called it My Life, something or another, you know, having been dealt lemons, you know, I learned how to make lemonade. And I've been through a lot. And I'm sure as many of you have too. We all, unfortunately, we live in a world that is not gentle. It's not gentle at all. I mean, from the moment we are pushed out of our mother's womb, it's a rude awakening. And we have to deal with all sorts of things. But I think together we could help, you know, we could really help one another grow, understand one another, why we do what we do, what makes us tick as individuals. And, you know, I think communication is the key in all of this. But I don't, you know, I want to steer totally away from negativity. I just want to focus on the light. I want to focus on love. I want to focus on if there is a problem, let's find the solution. How can we make things better as a community? How can we improve, you know, our lives, our health, you know, our communication skills? How can we deal with our frustration, our negativity, our pain? You know, I want to talk about nutrition. I want to talk about workout routines. I want to talk about spirituality. I want to be able to be a source, you know, for those who come to this channel, source of relief. If there are things that I talk about that may trigger people, I'm going to learn to label trigger warning. You know, I want to respect all my viewers' needs as much as I possibly can. I'm going to continue my music. I got a request the other day by someone, one of my viewers, Superman or something, and a song that I tried so desperately last night to try to do, even with all the commotion. But it's just, the song is not my style. I've never heard it before. And if I don't hear the song and I don't know it, it's kind of hard for me to duplicate it without badgering it or butchering it. So I apologize to you, Superman. I think it's the name that you use for your channel, for not being able to actually perform the song. But I do want to take requests, you know, on songs that I've heard that are more or less my style and that I can do for you. I also want to start writing again. I have not written a song in God knows how long. I go through stages with my creativeness. You know, there are times where, gosh, I could write a song every day. You know, but it's been a long while since I've written a song, so I want to do that again. You know, but anyway, I want to head to the gym. I just wanted to make a quick video apologizing to all of you for what has been transpiring on my channel. And I want to apologize to you for any harm that I may have caused you. And that goes for all my trans brothers and sisters. You know, life sometimes makes us do things. There are certain things that we do that we regret, you know, and I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to cause anyone any ill feelings ever. So new channel focus is about positive, about how we as a community could help one another. You know, I want to be able to have the younger trans generation look at this old fart and say, wow, you've lived this life, you've done this, you know, and not to say that people have to follow my way because we're all different, but I think that I have, you know, a little bit to be able to share with the younger generation and a little bit to even share with those that are around my age or older. And we could open up the discussion about all this stuff. You know, it's all, we're all interconnected, whether we want it or not. You know, we need one another to grow as spirit beings. So, you know, there's definitely going to be a new focus on the channel, and I'm going to take whatever time I do have, because, you know, I am pretty busy now, but I'm going to take topics and things like, I want to talk more about our reproductive health. On hysterectomy yet. I want to share my experiences. I want to share my experience with testosterone, what it does not do. long-term use, how I feel, you know, and things of that nature, but all in a very civil, loving way. So, you know, if you guys have any concerns, any questions, feel free to comment down below, or send me any private email at transitionradioshow@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I'm going to be talking a lot about nutrition, how to change your metabolism, what type of workouts I do, what kind of workouts I recommend. I did have my own personal gym for 11 years, and you know, I have changed many bodies, and that's what I do. My long-term dream is to buy a van and be able to travel the United States lecturing, be able to be a personal trainer to those that want to, you know, solicit my service. We drive up to your house and show you what to eat, show you how to shop, how to make meals that are tasty but healthy, and things of that nature. So there's a lot of exciting things to come, and I want to bring you all in my journey with me and share and get you to know my true heart. Okay, get you to know my true heart. Yesterday in the little meditation lecture, one of the things I learned is that being angry is okay. We're taught as a society to suppress our anger. We have to always be on our best behavior, and you know, tell a lion not to roar. You know, it's our human nature. We react to things as part of that flight or fight, you know, and then we're so relying on our seven senses, you know, just that we forget that we're like fire, you know, fire and ice, and you know how the ocean just gets, it's part of who we are, and it's okay to get angry at times, and it's okay to get frustrated at times, and it's okay to set that at times, and it's bodies that has a brain that reacts with every nerve conduction. You touch fire, your hand wants to move. You don't sit there and let your hand go, oh, this is hot. You know, we just, you know, do what we do. It seems like my reception started really good, and then it's like, you know, fading away. But anyway, and anyway, love you. But remember to always love yourselves too. That's important. Unconditional love for self will bring unconditional love outside. Anyway, guys, take care. Love you. Bye-bye.